Hey Travelhearts, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherry, and just like you, I'm absolutely crazy about traveling. If you're curious about the world and love exploring new places, cultures, and stories, then you found someone who's just as obsessed with adventure as you are. Since we just explored Austria, one of Switzerland's lovely neighbors, I figured, why stop there? Let's take it a step further and head to a place many people call heaven on earth. Sounds dramatic? Maybe. But once you see it, you'll get why. Today, we're talking about Switzerland, the land of epic mountains, cozy villages, and pure postcard magic. But this video isn't just about touristy highlights. Make sure you watch till the end because I'll be sharing what really makes Switzerland special, plus a few things you'll definitely want to know before visiting, or maybe even living here. Ready? Let's begin. Four cultures, one country. You know what's wild about Switzerland? It speaks four official languages: German, French, Italian, and even a tiny bit of Romansh. And somehow it all works beautifully. Like, it's not chaotic. It's actually kind of poetic. The German-speaking regions make up most of the country. Think Zurich, Bern, that classic Swiss vibe. But heads up, the German spoken here? It's not the textbook stuff. Swiss German, or Schweizerdeutsch, is a whole different vibe. It's what people speak on the streets, in cafes, at the supermarket. Meanwhile, standard High German, the kind you maybe learned in school, is what you'll hear in the news, schools, or official documents. So, yeah, even native German speakers from Germany sometimes struggle with Swiss slang. Then you've got the French-speaking areas like Geneva and Lausanne, a little more chic, a little more cosmopolitan. Head south to Ticino and suddenly everything feels Italian. Palm trees, espresso, and that Mediterranean energy. And way up in the Alps, you'll find Romansh, an ancient Latin-rooted language that feels like a secret whispered by the mountains. And what's amazing is, most Swiss people grow up speaking two or three of these. Like, no big deal. Just multilingual from the jump. Okay, so Switzerland is known as the super chill, peaceful country, right? But fun fact, it wasn't always that way. Back in 1291, a bunch of tiny mountain communities decided to team up for protection. That was the beginning of what's now called the Old Swiss Confederacy. Basically, Switzerland before it was Switzerland. Fast forward a few centuries, and by the early 1800s, Switzerland made a big decision. Neutrality. Like, we're not picking sides, neutral. And they've stuck to it ever since, even through both world wars. That's why today, Switzerland is a major player in peacekeeping. Geneva? Total diplomacy central. It's home to the UN, the Red Cross, and so many global organizations, all doing seriously important work. Oh, and here's something most people don't realize. Even though it's smack in the middle of Europe, Switzerland is not part of the EU. Yep, they've got their own thing going on, special agreements and all, but still fiercely independent, classic Swiss style. One of my favorite ways to get to know a country is through the plate, and Switzerland is like a tasting tour of its neighbors, all in one bite. Up north in the German-speaking towns, you'll spot rusty and all kinds of hearty sausages. Slide west into the French regions, and suddenly it's all creamy cheeses, crusty bread, and local wines that feel straight out of a Parisian bistro. Drop down to Ticino, and boom, risotto, polenta, fresh pasta. The whole Italian comfort food lineup with an Alpine twist. And weaving the whole country together? Fondue and raclette. Gooey, melty, cheese perfection that turns any table into a party. Quick tip from the locals. Don't whip your fondue fork around in the pot, considered bad etiquette. And if your bread chunk takes a dive into the cheese, tradition says you owe the table a kiss or the next round of drinks. Consider yourself warned. One thing you need to know, my friend, time is sacred here. Switzerland runs like one giant, perfectly tuned watch. Buses show up to the second, trains glide out exactly when the clock flips. And if you're late, well, it's more than awkward. It's seen as disrespectful. So if dinner's at 7 p.m., aim for 6:58. Arriving fashionably late is not a thing here. And while we're on everyday manners, pop into a shop and give a quick grazie or bonjour. A simple hello is basic politeness. And trust me, it makes every interaction smoother. Switzerland. Precise, polite, and proud of it. Set your watch accordingly. Now let's talk nature, because Switzerland's got it all. Okay, real talk. Switzerland's nature? Totally next level. The Alps cover about 60% of the country, and honestly, the views will blow your mind. Lakes like Geneva, Lucerne, and Zurich? Absolute gems for chilling, swimming, or just soaking in that fresh air. And you can't talk about Swiss mountains without mentioning the Matterhorn. It's basically the rock star of peaks. Seeing it in person? Pure magic. Here's the thing. Swiss people really love and protect their outdoors. Trails are spotless, and littering? Big no-no. So if you're out there hiking or exploring, just keep it clean and respect the vibe. Plus, there are these super cool, eco-friendly resorts popping up that run on solar and hydropower, so you can enjoy nature and still be kind to the planet. Win-win, right? Innovation wrapped in tradition. From the outside, Switzerland can look a little storybook and old world, but under the charming facade, it's a total powerhouse of innovation. Think world-class pharma giants like Novartis and Roche, a finance scene in Zurich that hums around the clock, and the kind of watchmaking, Rolex, Omega, you know the names, that basically defines luxury. Add in a wave of clean energy and tech startups, and you've got a country that's always a few steps ahead. And here's a little everyday flex. Swiss tap water is ridiculously good. It's mountain fresh, flows straight into the pipes, and there are refill fountains all over. City squares, train platforms, even halfway up a hiking trail. Bring a reusable bottle, top up as you go, and forget buying plastic. So yeah, storybook charm on the outside, cutting-edge smarts underneath. Switzerland pulls off both without breaking a sweat. Talk about impressive. Swiss transport is the easiest way to explore Switzerland like a pro. If you think getting around a foreign country can be stressful, Switzerland's public transport will totally change your mind. It's not just clean and quiet, it's impressively punctual. Seriously, trains and buses arrive right on the dot every time. One of the best things? The Swiss Travel Pass. This magic ticket lets you hop on almost any train, bus, boat, and even cable cars across the country, all without juggling different tickets. Imagine cruising over serene lakes on a boat one day, then gliding through snow-capped mountains on a train the next. Pure bliss. And speaking of trains, some routes are like sightseeing tours on rails. The famous Glacier Express takes you on a slow, breathtaking journey through the heart of the Alps, with panoramic windows that turn the entire trip into a moving postcard. Want some peace and quiet? The Glacier Express has a silent carriage where you can work, read, or simply soak up the views without any distractions. Perfect for anyone wanting a little zen on the go. Okay, Travelhearts. Because you've stuck with me this far, here are a few golden etiquette tips that'll save you from any tourist oops moments. Keep it down on trains and buses. Swiss transport is basically a moving library. Sort your trash. Glass, plastic, aluminum, compost. There's a bin for everything, and people actually notice. Sundays are quiet time royalty. No drilling, no laundry spin cycles, no 9 a.m. vacuum sessions. The neighbors will knock. Money talk? Off limits. Salaries and savings are private matters here. And one extra head and heart tip. Friendships take a little time to warm up. But once a Swiss local lets you in, that bond runs deep and sticks around for good. Patience pays off. What about Swiss culture highlights? Well, let me tell you, these cultural standouts are worth weaving into any Swiss itinerary. Basel Fasnacht, a 3-day masked carnival that turns the city into a swirl of lanterns, drums, and confetti starting at 4 a.m. sharp. Montreux Jazz Festival, world-class musicians performing right on the Lake Geneva shoreline. The atmosphere is unbeatable. Heidi, more than a children's story. She's a national emblem of alpine life, fresh air, and simplicity. Museums, admire fine art at Kunsthaus Zurich, trace Swiss history at the National Museum, or stroll through centuries-old farmhouses at the Ballenberg Open Air Museum. Many museums now include free AR guides, For those who don't know what AR Guides is, it's digital overlays that use your phone, tablet, or AR glasses to add virtual info onto the real world around you, letting you layer history over the present on your phone. Work a few of these into your plans, and you'll come away with a richer feel for Switzerland's art, music, and traditions. Let's move to the big question on many minds. Is moving to Switzerland really worth it? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Let's start with the upsides. It's clean, safe, and runs like clockwork. Salaries are high, and the quality of life? Absolutely top tier. You're surrounded by nature, and outdoor adventures are part of daily life. Education and healthcare are excellent, even world class. And it's expensive. Cities like Zurich and Geneva can be tough on the wallet. If you don't speak the local language, German, French, or Italian depending on the region, settling in can feel like a challenge. And let's not forget the paperwork. Bureaucracy here is detailed, slow, and expects precision. Still, many cities are now offering support centers for newcomers, helping with housing, language classes, and paperwork. So, if you're serious about moving here, you won't be alone. And here is my advice for you. If moving to Switzerland is really your dream, don't let anything hold you back. It might take time, it might take patience, but you will find your rhythm. Take that first step. And sooner or later, this place could feel like home in ways you never imagined. And not just Switzerland, that goes for any place in the world. Because for us, travel-obsessed souls, this isn't just a dream, it's a passion, a way of life. And when something speaks to your heart like that, you owe it to yourself to chase it. So, here we are, at the end of our little journey together. Let's say goodbye, but only for now. Wherever your travels take you next, I hope you carry a little piece of Switzerland and maybe my voice with you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's keep chasing wonder, one place at a time. See you on the next adventure.